In today's video, we're going to talk about this glass ceiling that so many coaches seem to reach. They are hustling around, doing all the things, hunting down leads, and yet they can't quite break that barrier of the four-figure months. So if this sounds like you, stick around. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Jana Nixa, the Authentic Sales Coach. I help coaches, consultants, and service-based entrepreneurs create high-ticket, high-converting offers that are simple and easy to sell. And that way you can break that four-figure a month ceiling and start approaching five-figure and even six-figure months and beyond. So let's talk about it, shall we? I think the number one thing I see with my clients that come to work with me, that attend a lot of my events, my master classes and challenges, is first and foremost, if this is you, if you are that four-figure person and you're like, I don't have more time, I don't know how to be everywhere constantly, I can't figure out. And yet it's kind of like the catch 22 because you want to be able to do more. So you want to hire a team, but you're not making enough to hire a team. And so how do we break through? Well, first and foremost, it's a high ticket offer. I was just speaking to my ladies that are in my limitless expansion high ticket offer sales mastery container. And we were talking about this very thing. So imagine, if you will, for a minute, if you are hustling around in the lower ticket space, trying to get thousands and thousands of people to buy your thing so that you can make ends meet, what ends up happening is you're exhausted. There's no more bandwidth for you. And this is not scalable. Okay. And so, what we do, and why I am all for a high converting, high ticket offer, is you take needing to find thousands, or at least find, I'll say hundreds of people per month, and certainly thousands and tens of thousands per year to buy your thing. You only need 10 or 20. And so, all of a sudden, focus is your superpower. It's every one of our superpower. Our attention is the hottest, most valuable commodity in the world. And so when you take all of the energy that you're expending doing landing pages and sending emails and figuring out the low ticket thing and making the digital course and being a copywriting ninja and all of the stuff that it takes to be successful in the lower ticket space, and instead put that energy into one high ticket offer that's exactly built with your ideal client in mind, that makes it so much easier to sell through a much simpler sales process that doesn't require landing pages and funnels and websites and copy, then all of a sudden your hunt for hundreds and thousands of people each month turns to one or two. So can you just start to see, whoa, like it's like, whoa, it's like slows down. So now what do you really need to get good at? Just a few things. You got to get an offer that your ideal client wants and is willing to invest in. You have to learn how to talk to the high ticket buyers that are already in your audience, because listen, high ticket buyers are not found, they are created. And then, dare I say the S word, you have to learn how to have a simple sales conversation with them. But remember, after all, I'm the authentic sales coach. So there's a way to do this that's sleaze free and, pushy free and all the slimy stuff that you think of. So that's a conversation for another day, but I've got you there. So that's really like the biggest shift that I see with my clients who are hustling around in the low ticket space, doing the ascension model, which is I'll serve them at the lower level. And then one day I'll be worthy enough to do a high ticket thing. And we actually turn that and flip it upside down. And the number one block that I see from people in why they're stuck at this space is because they have a belief that people won't pay it. And the bottom line is this: people pay for what they want. They do it every day. So if you feel like they won't pay it, either one, I would challenge you on that to say, is that really true? And would you bet your life on it? And then two, you probably aren't talking to the people in your audience and in your world right now that are the high ticket buyers. They absolutely will pay it because I see it every day and way more than 10K. And I'll just leave it at that. So check your belief system, check your BS because there's high ticket buyers everywhere. Okay. And then the number one thing I would tell you around, but I don't know, Jana, will they want to work with me? They would want to work with the gurus, right? Like those are the ones they want to work with at that level. Listen, let's be real. For any of you that have bought into the gurus programs, no shame. However, you're not getting the level, the high ticket attention, even though it's a high ticket price in those programs. So they would far more prefer to have more support and bigger transformation and bigger results working with somebody like you who just traveled a little bit further down the road than they have. So, for example, did you know that second graders actually teach first graders better than their teacher? Why? Because they're closer to it. They remember, they think closer to a first grader. They can communicate better with a first grader than the teacher. And so we think people only pay high ticket prices to the high ticket gurus. But I know some high ticket programs that are over 50,000 and you don't get any time still with the guru. Okay. So I would really challenge you on that because if you can shift into the state of no, 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 I'm a CEO, I am a pro, I have a gift that serves people at the highest level, a transformation that I offer that changes lives. I absolutely have a high ticket offer in me that people will definitely invest in. That's the energy you want to be in. And when you make that shift and you decide, which means you cut off all other options and go full pro, that's where the magic happens. So it's not so much a question of are they around, can they afford it? And it's really, are you ready to fully step into the energy of what you really came here to do? Because if I had to guess, not that there's anything wrong with low ticket, but most of you know that you want to work with people at a higher capacity. You know that the $37 thing and the $197 thing isn't what's going to change their life. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? That would be my question. Because we don't get what we expect. I'm sorry, we don't get what we want. We get what we expect and what we think we deserve. So start there. So to recap, you got to own that high ticket identity. You've got to decide, because if a belief is a decision, what's the decision? What's the belief that's going to serve you the most? And that is that high ticket buyers are everywhere and that they want to learn it from you. They absolutely do because they know they're going to get the support. They're going to get that high ticket level transformation that they desire. And P.S., there are people in your audience right now. I'm one of them who I only want to do high ticket. Like that's where I like to live. Because I know the little pieces that I need and I don't want to mess around in a group of like hundreds of people or with some, video product, right? Modules and stuff. So decide that that's true because a belief is a decision. So if this is speaking to you and you're like, okay, well, I would love to know more. How do I do this, Jana? We are going to be doing a challenge coming up within the next month-ish. So definitely check out the description for all the information. You can get on the wait list and for sure, really look at the VIP option because that's where you're going to get the high level transformation, right? The VIP level, the high ticket level. We've really done some really special things for our VIPs. So definitely check that out as well. And please share this with somebody that you know needs to hear it. And of course, like and follow along for more. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.